All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we have one mission, and one mission only, to help you absolutely crush your final Life Sciences Paper 1. You've done the work, you've learned the material, now it's all about showing what you know when it counts.
150 marks, 2.5 hours. Yep, this is it. This is the big one. It's pretty much everything you've worked for this year, wrapped up into a single paper. And yeah, that sounds intense. But you know what? It's also your chance to really shine.
So here's the real question. Are you ready to crack the code? Because that's really what an exam is. It's a code. It's not just about knowing the facts. It's about knowing how to present those facts to get the marks. And this explainer, well, this is your key. Okay, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the right mindset. Then, we'll jump into how to win those quick and easy marks. After that, we're decoding visuals and data, learning how to answer for every single possible point. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into your game plan for exam day.
First things first, success here is all about one thing: turning your knowledge into marks. You could be the world's leading expert on the human nervous system, but if you can't get that down on paper in the way they want to see it, those marks are just gone. It's all about strategy.
So, let's talk strategy. Our first target, Section A. This part of the paper is literally designed for you to score fast and build some serious momentum. Think of these multiple choice questions as your opening move to get ahead of the game.
Let's look at a real question from the paper. Question 1.1.5. It's asking for the correct pathway of a reflex arc. Now, your first instinct might be to just scan the options and hope one jumps out. But no, we're going to be smarter than that. We're going to use a process of elimination.
So let's just think about it logically. What happens first? You feel something sharp, right? So the stimulus has to start at a receptor, in this case, the pain receptor. That simple fact immediately tells us that options B and C are wrong, gone. From the receptor, the signal has to travel along the sensory neuron, then to the motor neuron, and finally, it has to make something happen at the effector, the leg muscle. The only option that follows that logical path is D. See? Simple, logical, and correct.
All right, let's shift gears to the next big skill: decoding all those visuals. We're talking tables, graphs, diagrams, all that stuff. The amazing thing is, the answers are usually staring you right in the face. You just have to know how to read them.
Okay, take a look at the data for question 2.2. They give you this whole table of hormone levels. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the numbers. But for the question we're about to tackle, we only care about two of them: the estrogen level on day 8 and the level on day 10. That's it. Focus.
And here's the question. Calculate the percentage increase. Let me tell you, a question like this is a gift. It's pure math, pure process. If you follow the steps, you can't get it wrong.
And here's the inside scoop. The marking guidelines tell us the exact formula they want to see. It's the change divided by the original amount times 100. So, let's plug in the numbers. The change is 280 minus 70. We divide that by the original value, which was 70, and then multiply the whole thing by 100. And bam, you get your answer. A massive 300% increase. You show those steps, you get those 3 marks. It's as simple as that, every single time. But of course, data isn't always in tables. So let's switch over to graphs. Question 2.6 gives us 2 graphs that compare how fast an impulse travels in 2 different kinds of neurons, myelinated and unmyelinated. Now, when you look at these 2 graphs side by side, a really clear story emerges. Myelinated neurons can send signals super fast, even when they're really thin. Unmyelinated neurons, on the other hand, have to get huge just to get a decent speed. That's the main takeaway right there. And this just makes it crystal clear. To get an impulse moving at 20 meters per second, a myelinated neuron only needs to be 5 micrometers thick. But an unmyelinated one, it needs to be 800 micrometers thick. That is a gigantic difference in efficiency, and it's all because of that myelin sheath. All right, let's move into the big leagues, sections B and C. This is where you write the longer, more detailed answers. And to get every possible mark here, you've got to stop thinking like a student and start thinking like an examiner, which means you need to use their secret weapon.
And this is it, the marking guidelines. This is your secret weapon. It is literally the checklist the person marking your paper uses to give out points. Every single thing they are looking for is written down. Your job is to write an answer that lets them tick every single box on their list.
So let's try it out with question 3.4.3. It asks you to describe how the pituitary gland fixes low thyroxine levels. Now, notice it's a 4-mark question. That's a huge clue.
It means the marking guidelines are almost certainly looking for 4 specific points.
So here's how we build that perfect answer step by step. Number 1, state the initial problem. The thyroxine level is low. That's a mark. Number 2, say what happens next. The pituitary gland gets stimulated. That's another mark. Number 3, name the specific hormone. The pituitary gland secretes more TSH. Mark number 3. And 4, what's the result? The thyroid gland is stimulated to make more thyroxine. 4 distinct steps, 4 clear points. That's a guaranteed 4 marks. You're just building the answer like a checklist.
So, we've covered the mindset, nailing the quick questions, decoding data, and building those perfect long answers. Let's pull this all together into your final game plan.
Here it is, your strategy in a nutshell. When you see multiple choice, don't guess, use elimination. When you see a graph or a table, find the main story it's telling you. For any calculation, just follow the formula step by step. And for those long questions, you're going to use the marking guidelines as your blueprint.
Look, the hardest part is over. You've learned the material, you have the knowledge, and now you have the strategy. So to every single one of you in Mr. Cheese class, just remember this. You're not just walking into an exam hall. You're walking in with a plan. You've absolutely got this. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Out of everything we've talked about, what is the one skill you're going to practice first? The one thing you think will make the biggest difference for you on exam day? Is it elimination? Is it breaking down calculations? Maybe it's structuring those long answers. Decide right now what it is and make that your focus. Good luck.